Very much. We'll get back with you shortly, but first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Some great games coming up this weekend, beginning with the NFL's first ever game in Germany. Seattle and Tampa Bay from Allianz Arena in Munich. Oh, that'll be fun. Later in the afternoon, a lot of the country will be watching the game at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it'll be the Packers taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Then on Sunday night, an all-California matchup, the Chargers and Niners from Santa Clara, 8:20 Eastern, 5:20 Pacific. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons, and they were able to have a little bit of success on the ground. The question will be, will they stick with it, or will they be throwing more to try and regain this lead? Meanwhile, for the Panthers, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And the Falcons ready to go back to work to start the 3rd quarter. And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
Again, Newton to keep it. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen. The 40. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and just a couple.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Able to slither by, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 72 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. To throw is Wilson. And that one drops down incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down. Now Wilson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Again, Wilson. This is caught. It's Boyd. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
On first down, it's Hines. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Wilson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Looking to throw. Wilson. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Up the middle they go. Hines. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take the lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is now 21-14. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And in the end, it was Deontay Johnson's touchdown catch to cap the drive. The Falcons ready to take over. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Newton now to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. On 2nd down, it's Austin. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Partner, I think this will want to ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Wilson. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Wherever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Finds Hines again for the completion. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
Wilson now to throw on third down. He gets it left side to Johnson. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run gets him 15 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete there to Johnson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. On 3rd down, it's Hines, and he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Most of the damage has been done through the air. I mean, they run the ball 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. This is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
And I'll tell you what, this offense has been a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's Wilson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now it's Wilson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded right around the 8. And able to get this out to the 25. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Davis, he'll try to run for it. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Time for Tyler Boyd and the rest of the offense to take over now. He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
But look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right.
Agreed.
This 7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Down. Hines, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. He completes it to Boyd. It'll go as a gain of 4. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. To throw again on 2nd down. Newton. It's caught. Humphreys. The offense on 3rd down tonight, pretty anemic, very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game.
Rosas good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. Atlanta now coming out on the field. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home.
Coming off the pick six, it's Newton.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Newton. Pass caught left side by Humphries. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Now Newton.
And yet again, it's Humphries.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Will go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They'll run with a fullback, Juszczyk. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. On 1st and 10, Newton. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. From the 45 on 2nd down, Newton. Flushed out right.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
From the 50, Newton. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Panthers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
They begin the drive with Hines. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
At the 39-yard line.
Now it's Hines. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On 3rd down, it's Hines. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Falcons now.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Newton on first down. It's caught by Jackson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. And complete right side to Cook. 4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10. Out of the backfield, it's Austin. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Newton. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And the Panthers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll keep it on the ground. Hines, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hines, and he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Nifty move. And he goes out right around the 39. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it will be Falcon football. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Newton.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
Offense.
So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up fourth.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. From the 16, Newton. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 41. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They run with Hines. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Carolina, it's a 2nd win on the year now as they move to 2-8. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.